Boom.
Hello, everyone. How's it going today? We are back with some more Masks of Nyarlathotep for Chaosium's wonderful role-playing game, Call of Cthulhu. Session 2. Wow, we've been at this for a while. It is great times. As always, I'm your keeper, Jack. With me, I'm joined by Eric, Graydon, Jared, Peter, and Evan. Matt's not around today. We miss him dearly, but we will persevere.
And guess what? We actually got Dusty in the chat today.
Oh, Dusty.
No
Hey, Dusty. How's it going, man?
Bro,
Hey.
it's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
Mm-hmm. Well, we miss you, Dusty. Come and watch as we roll dice in a Discord call.
That's not the right.
Must be exhilarating to watch. All right, so last time we left off, we had a bit of a shorter session. You guys escaped through the crypt where you had been accosted by the supposed werewolf that you had been tracking. Unfortunately, in the session even prior to that, it killed your one good friend, Norman. Rest in peace. But we will continue on in his memory. In continuing this investigation, you met a new friend named Theo, who seemed quite odd and mysterious, but he nonetheless is helping you hunt the werewolf now. You also met Lawrence Vane, the son of the local lord Arthur Vane, and he is going to help you join in the hunt. He arranged a funeral for Norman and also dropped the lore bomb that the werewolf is his sister, Eloise. And after some back and forth between your two parties, you have come together to hunt this werewolf. And that is where we pick up today. You've just left the funeral and you are walking out of town with Lawrence. He kind of looks back with his rifle and says, I don't suppose any of you have any experience tracking or anything like that. I can't say I'm too good at such a thing, but I can try.
Yeah, never done that before in my life.
I know the area kind of well. Spent a lot of time wandering around.
All right, we'll put that as an option B because I'm not sure I want to have my sister kill a child. But that is an option.
Well, it shouldn't be too hard to find her. We just need to find the blood of the villagers that she's probably killed.
Did she get out?
There's a
Sorry.
lot of those.
Oh, that's right. Graydon wasn't here last session. I forgot about that. Yeah, Graydon. She got out of the crypt and ran into the woods.
Mm.
We ran away.
To the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Then now we're walking around with what's his name? Sorry,
Lawrence.
We're trying to capture. We're trying to capture her so I can try to cure her.
Kill her. Copy that.
No, cure her.
We're saying the same thing.
Now I gotta shoot both of you if you guys fucking try to kill her.
Richard, you're ugly. We don't listen to you.
Oh yeah, I was gonna see my face. I'm above average.
You weren't quite Leon status, but you let him die. So that was I understood your strategy. You saw that he was prettier than you, and you're like, he's got to die.
Yep.
Right.
As is life.
Should we begin where your sister escaped?
Yes, I believe so. You guys make your way up to sort of the mausoleum just off the grounds of the Vane family residence. I just have to turn down my music a little bit. It's a bit loud in my ears.
Thanks for reminding me. I need to listen along with the actual music of the campaign.
The official soundtrack.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's actually the official soundtrack of my D&D campaign, but it works for this.
But should I listen to Doja Cat instead?
So, You guys all sort of gather around the area outside the mausoleum. If anyone has, what would be an adequate role for this? Let me take a look at the old character sheet here.
Is there?
Oh, there is a
That's
tracking skill.
At the very end.
I wonder if Lawrence has anything in track. He probably doesn't.
Wow, I can give it a shot.
Oh shit, he actually has a 25% in track.
That's better than mine.
Can we give him a bonus die?
Yeah, if you guys are all gonna help search for clues.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mystery ink it.
He rolled a 13.
Nice.
Hey.
So
I knew he's done this before.
yeah, he rolled an 83. Then with the bonus die, a
Oh,
13. So well done. It's good to see somebody here is competent, even if it's an NPC. You watched Lawrence sort of walk further towards the woods, and he sort of like begins making eye movements around, and he begins pointing out like broken branches and like going further into some of the brushes where you guys were, and he can sort of even point out some of the area that you guys tracked through last night when you left Pip's burnt house. And he like pulls like tufts of hair off of some trees and is actually able to start getting a good bead on where Eloise may have went off to. He kind of looks and turns and says to all of you, "Now, once we find her, what's your plan? I was going to," he pats his rifle, "try and sedate her, but do we have any means of transporting her back here to the village?"
Well, I imagine once we have her tranquilized, we could drive our truck up here and, all right, as close as we could, and then carry her the rest of the way.
I suppose that could work.
Are you confident the tranquilizer will keep her down long enough for us to transport her?
I don't know. I believe you mentioned that you had chain, didn't you?
Even so, I cannot help feeling a little nervous around a werewolf in that close proximity.
Lawrence, I find it hard to believe that you've had your sister captured for this long and you seem to know absolutely nothing about how to contain her. It's no wonder she got away.
I love Evan that Theo is like this seemingly poor guy, but he has the most pompous fucking attitude.
Just sitting back in the corner.
I love it.
Is it possible to base an entire character off a meme?
Yeah, you can do it.
People base their personality off of memes, so why can't I?
Well, you see, my sister hasn't had all that many, shall we say, elongated transformations. And it seems that... Grow up, Evan. Fucking grow up.
Penises. Sorry.
And we were doing just fine, keeping her in the castle dungeon, until your friends here showed up.
When
Now,
did it
shall we
all
carry on?
start? How
Uh,
long has it been?
It started about 3 or 4 months ago at this point. This is all stuff you would have learned last time.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have any questions, just let me know.
Was she bit by another werewolf, or how does this?
The running theory is that it's a family curse,
Mm,
based on the information he's given you.
I see.
Once she
Okay.
turned whatever age she is, then it started happening.
21, I
20.
believe.
Okay. All right.
So Lawrence was 23.
Graydon,
Yeah.
I'm hoping to introduce her to the man that I've locked in the insane dungeon because
Mhm.
he's part of the cult. So I'm hoping he might talk if we had a werewolf there.
don't even know if he is part of the cult or just some poor guy that decided to walk on your property.
Yeah, he was actually Richard's gardener.
It's the risk. There's a form you sign when you get to work on my property that you have the risk that I might actually mistaken you for someone else and
An
lock you
action
in my
scene
dungeon.
might start, and I might kill your friend and take you captive.
It's all a risk of the job, right?
Mhm. Anyways, shall we continue on?
It's like mid-morning, right?
Yeah, it's fairly early morning.
Okay.
It's like you guys woke up. It
Do
was
I get a
pretty
hit
late
point
last
back?
night. Do you have a major wound?
No, I don't.
Then yes, you get a single hit point back.
Nice.
Anybody who's missing hit points and doesn't have a major wound, you do get a hit point back for sleep last night. But I think Clyde's the only one. So
And get injured quite badly, falling off the roof.
I caught him.
No, I healed him up good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
He kissed
That
his
was
knee
the
better.
that was the medicine checks that I actually rolled well, unlike the other ones that I rolled like a 1 on.
Riches for the children.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yes,
I
let's
respect
press on.
that.
All right.
Just imagine we're like
All right.
stepping on branches and stuff, being as loud as
Ye-
possible.
Yeah, you begin like making your way into the wood, and you continue tracking for a number of hours as Lawrence kind of leads the way. You sort of push through bramble and through some more open areas. It's like sort of the middle area of England, so I don't know exactly what's the topography is like. I think it's a lot of like grassy hills and stuff like that. I think there is like a little bit of forest coverage, but not a ton. So, yeah, you spend the next couple hours sort of just pushing through a lot of like old, or not old, but just underbrush and traipsing through, a number of hills. And at one point, Lawrence kind of sidles up to you and is like, pardon me, are you sure we should have a child with us during all of this?
You know, that child's seen more than we give him credit for. If he wants to be here, if he wants to be with us, I'm not gonna say no.
All right, well, it's about as good of an answer as I can expect. And he kind of begins walking forward a little bit. And actually, he kind of turns around again as he's walking a little bit ahead of you, and he's like, "You don't seem quite as antagonistic towards me as some of your companions do."
We have been through a lot, and some of my companions tend to be a little bit reactionary, you may say.
Right. Well, you seem to have something of a good head on your shoulders, so let me say this. Should you help me with my sister, I'm sure my father would be most grateful. You would have a friend in a high place here in England.
You know, that's good to know. Perhaps we could use a friend like that.
Yes. I won't go digging too deeply into your business, but I'm sure whatever your purposes here are in this country, they're perhaps not completely above the board.
Yes, well, let's focus on the task at hand, yes?
Of course. He continues walking on. So, a few hours later, you sort of crest a large hill and you're looking out into the English countryside, and sort of in the vista, there's a very, very large hill with sort of a few smaller hills surrounding it, and almost like a divot around the base of the hill. And Lawrence kind of points out and is like, that's Mam Tor. That was once one of the first sites of, what is it? Mam Tor or Mother Hill, one of the earliest hill forts in Britain. So during like Anglo-Saxon period, it would have been like almost an early like castle or fort built on top of the hill. So like an old archaeological site that more or less doesn't exist now. Like it's that old. Like it wouldn't have been like a castle or anything like that. It would have been a fort. So I imagine that. Well, I don't know how far she could have gone, but it seems like she's come in this direction.
Well, she seems to be used to the dark cave, so it would be no surprise to me if she went in there.
Right. That is perhaps. He kind of looks for a second. That might be an issue, actually. And he kind of looks back towards all of you. There's a number of limestone caves that proliferate this area, and she may have gone into them to hide.
What do you suggest?
Did anybody bring a light source with them?
I don't know how you want to rule it. I still have a gas lantern from Peru. I don't know if I would have that.
Make a luck roll for me, Clyde.
Sure.
Look at this gas lantern that I keep on my pocket.
I've kept it
Oh,
maintained for 5
dang.
years.
Can I use luck to push my luck? I was
No.
3 off. I failed.
No, you can't. You left your gas lantern back at the hotel.
Jack, do I still have my rope, or would that have been left in the tomb?
What did you guys use the rope for again?
It was to. I think we used it to get out. Didn't I throw it down or something?
I think you had the idea to, but the passage is like only big enough for one person.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I think
okay.
so you would still have that.
Okay. For some reason, I thought I had used it, and I was like, would I have left it there?
Yeah, you had the idea to use it, but there was
Okay.
already a ladder there.
Escape
So-
rope.
Mhm.
One-time use.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps
Is
could we bait her out?
How would we do that?
With a child.
I was just saying, is it possible that I'm familiar with these caves? Or not like familiar, but like I've at least gone through this area and explored.
Possibly. Make a natural world roll for me.
I still don't have dice. I have that
Alright.
at 10%. So I don't have anything for it.
Kids do like exploring places like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Steven.
Wow, you rolled a 9.
Wow!
Hey.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So Pip, you know that there are a number of. It's a large cave system that you've explored and sort of done some spelunking in the time you've spent here. You probably haven't spent a ton of time exploring up these ways. You know that these caves, I believe, were used for mining at one point. There's sort of again a number of these complexes. Sort of the most well-known one is called the Blue John Cavern. It's a complex of limestone caves that contain like fossils and old some old mining equipment. It's quite large and has a number of large natural chambers.
So I know all of that.
Yep.
Okay.
I know that one cave over there is big. A lot of room for her to go.
I make a biology roll to see if maybe I can think of a food source to attract a werewolf or a wolf in general?
Sure. Yeah, you can make again, that would be like a natural world or like a biology roll or something like that.
I'll roll biology.
Gonna play on a
So
flute
that's
and summon some rabbits and stuff.
That's gonna be a the zero is 10, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's gonna be 100.
So that's a fumble. That's a fumble no matter who you are.
Yeah.
Um, so Theo, how do you even like make a penalty for that?
I must suggest something so ludicrous, and everyone believes us. Like we have to cut off Pip's hand.
Yeah. Theo, you are 100% positive that the best way to get this thing out of the cave is fresh meat, fresh meat, like freshly killed meat.
Like
Something like a human sacrifice might do the trick.
because I'm convinced of that. That does not mean I need to voice it, right?
No, you don't have to.
Oh,
You,
come
you
on.
you can do with that information however you wish.
I saw my character be like, all for the people, but let's sacrifice this little boy.
What? for the people.
Okay, I'll hold on to that. I'll just say, no, that won't work.
Well, what would you suggest then, Theo?
You misunderstood me. I was just talking to myself.
We don't need to overthink this. What if we even just, threw some pebbles into the cave? She's gonna hear the noise and come investigate, I assume.
No. Ruth, that's not likely at all.
You know that the cave is probably too large for a couple of pebbles to arouse any suspicion.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like big.
The only way she would come out would be fresh meat of some sort. Whether that's...
So, can we catch a rabbit or something?
I don't think a rabbit would work. It's got a taste for blood, after all.
Rabbits have blood.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Pip. But you know what also has blood? You.
Rabbits.
And me. We all have blood. Actually,
I volunteer Theo.
That gives me an idea. I'm gonna actually... Does anybody have a knife?
I have lion claws.
Here-
I got
Broom.
Here
I got-
comes Richard, whips
Hey,
out his scalpels.
None
Theo.
of that was a fucking knife.
Theo.
There you go.
I'm gonna
Okay.
whip out my scalpels that I carry.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Richard. I'm gonna take one of the scalpel and I'm gonna walk towards the front of the cave. You didn't see that.
Theo,
I
Theo,
just did this on the table.
should we
I'm gonna walk
talk about
away.
this first before
Can-
you do anything?
Can we
Take
prepare?
Grabs Pip, drags him.
Jesus.
I'm thinking
So-
like Thanos, like, I'm sorry, little one.
As you all make your way to the entrance of the cave, it's not like it is a natural cave, but it's been mined prolifically to the point that there is like a proper entrance, and you can see that there's an area where somebody would normally sit and watch. You can see that where that watchman would normally be, there is blood splattered all over the place with a trail of blood leading into the mouth of the cave.
Does it look fresh?
Make a medicine check.
Ooh. Ugh. I fail.
Looks like blood.
Is it wet though? Like,
It's dry-ish.
okay.
I don't know how quickly blood dries.
Well, I guess never mind. I was gonna I was gonna cut my hand and see if we can't lure the beast out of here, but
Well, I don't know. This
clearly
blood's
they've
pretty
got-
old.
how would you know that the blood is old?
You
I
should
don't
let
know. I touch
you
it.
should let a doctor look at this.
And and where are we gonna find a doctor all the way out here, Richard? Oh wait, ha! You're one, aren't you?
Oh, you
Give me
got him.
that scalpel back. All right, I'll see if I can tell how old the blood is.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, that's just a regular success.
Regular success. Yeah,
Yep.
this looks pretty freshly splattered. Looks like it's probably a day at most old. And you're just looking at this. This is a lot of blood. This is enough blood loss to kill a person.
So, just from my professional medical opinion,
Hmm.
this blood is maybe a day old, but this is a lot of blood. I mean,
No
a lot of
shit.
blood. The
Well-
human system,
It sure is.
enough to kill someone. This is how much blood this is.
Well,
I didn't need to be a doctor to know that.
Well, Lawrence, it seems as if your sister has claimed yet another victim.
Shit. Yeah, that's a fuck ton of blood. That bitch did. Thanks for your analysis, doctor.
You're welcome.
Well, do we have any other choice other than to head into the cave?
Are you guys?
We don't have a plan.
I don't know if you guys recall, but we just lost Norman in a cave to this very girl.
Beast.
I. Her
Like
brother's
if
right here, guys.
Theo a fist bump.
She beast.
Gee, beast. Thanks. Thanks.
Well,
Yeah.
if my sister's in there, then we have to go.
We do need fire, though. We're in
Good
the woods.
plan.
Should we cut down some trees and make some torches?
You're kind of more in an open area now. In fact, I might actually have a.
Let's go grab some grass and we'll light it on fire and walk in.
If it's like the ruins of a fort, right? That's kind of where we're at.
Yeah.
Sort of. It would be like an old archaeological
Oh, okay.
area. So
all
like
that's left is
there
here.
might be, yeah, there would be like maybe the remnants of like a foundation.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's like a sconce or something
In-
like.
In the
building a
Not
fort.
quite like
the workers,
in the handouts section. I will.
Well, this is an actual place, hey?
It's a real place.
Handout section.
Means we're on the right track.
So yeah, there would have been like again, I don't know how old the fort is. I don't think the book says. I'm assuming like maybe around Roman colonization of England, possibly
Yeah, it ain't
earlier, like
Shit.
Anglo-Saxon era would be my guess. But
you
I
said there
don't
was like a box or something where a guy sits outside of the cave and watches.
yeah, it looks to be some sort of like watch post.
Is there anything in the watch post? Headlamps, dynamite, shit like that?
It's probably
Um,
the dead body and that has the blood.
There's no body, it's just blood. From
Yeah,
what
well,
that
probably-
we know.
It's probably him that got dragged in there by the.
Oh, yeah, well.
Make a spot hidden check for me.
I succeed.
You succeed. You find a single flashlight that is covered in blood.
I'm gonna click it on. Does it work?
It does.
Fresh double A's in there.
I found this.
Oh yeah, Duracell, baby.
Ah, Clyde, resourceful as ever.
Well, I suppose that's something.
There's no like dynamite in that box. Or
No,
okay.
no, nothing to that effect. It looks like this flashlight may have belonged to the watchman, and he maybe dropped it when he was dragged off.
Hmm. Okay.
I love it when guards have boxes of dynamite by them.
Well, it's the entrance to the mine. I
Yeah,
assume
it's
they're
like,
gonna
I
do
don't.
some
Who
I
are
don't think it's
you?
an
Just
active. I don't. Yeah, I don't think it's an active mine anymore. I have to check the book.
This is private property.
I'll blow it up if I want to. I don't give a fuck.
Frag out!
Except we're in England, so it's all very proper and polite.
Frag out!
Yeah. Get off my bloody lawn.
Sorry to any in British watching.
Says the Canadians.
Okay, it is an active mine. It contains fluorite and fluorspar. Fluorspar? I don't know what
Fluorspar.
fluorspar is.
I think that's a Pokemon.
Probably is. So, are you guys descending into the mine?
Do we have a plan once we get in? What if we find the werewolf?
Lawrence is gonna try to tranquilize it. That's the
What?
only thing we have. That's our plan. We're trying to get the wolf tranquilized. So even if we do manage that, we have to then get it out of the mines, out to the truck, several out. I just don't see this going well. We have the crumbs of a plan.
What choice do we have? Perhaps if all of you just helped me restrain her before we begin tranquilizing her.
Can I?
I'm
wait,
sorry.
I'm gonna go over. I want to talk. I want to whisper to Theo for a second.
Yeah.
Just be like,
Hey, if she goes down, you could stab her. Right in the throat.
What was your name again, young boy? Pip,
Pip.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do a lot. I will do a lot more than.
Oh. Okay.
In consideration that Theo likes to
You
track
clearly get it.
people.
You get what I'm saying, so.
Evan, Richard's supposed to be the fucking crazy one.
So, I'm just suggesting perhaps if we. I know it sounds somewhat absurd, but perhaps
you have to run
if
that
we-
by us again.
if we weakened her somehow, if we were to
Shoot
perhaps
her.
deal some blows before we begin the process of trying to tranquilize her, perhaps that would work best in our favor.
Lawrence, I don't know what kind of backwards homeschooling you got, but the tranquilizer
Holy
is the way of restraining her.
fuck.
Just
He
saying,
says to a lord.
it, one shot may not be enough to do it, is all I'm saying. Perhaps we'll need several.
She's your sister. Why don't you restrain her and I'll shoot the tranquilizer?
Well, I don't trust that you're a good enough shot. I was thinking maybe you could hold the flashlight.
Give the boy the flashlight.
Well, I mean,
Make
I would,
Pip
but
go
the last
first.
time I gave the boy
What?
a light, he dropped it, and we all. That's how Norman died.
Maybe that's a good point.
What if one of us went into the mine to try to lure the werewolf out?
Are you volunteering, Ruth?
I just want to know how the group feels. I'm not necessarily volunteering.
Ruth,
I'm not doing it.
that's a terrible idea.
Back in my day, when I was going to university, I participated in many activities. I could easily outrun this thing.
All right.
All right, there you go.
Richard
Okay.
it's like Richard is trying to reclaim his spot as the craziest member of the party.
Richard got intimidated. He needs to step it up.
Theo was a threat.
Oh.
Richard, if you want to go in, that would be appreciated. I do think it would be a lot easier to restrain the wolf outside compared to in the mines.
I also
Look.
worry that she may not want to leave the mines. I don't know. Do you think a creature of this sort might have an aversion to sunlight? Would it be better to wait for nightfall?
You're the expert.
I am not the expert. I am very much not the expert.
You literally live with her, but okay.
You've been containing her for months.
She spent most of that time as a human, only turning into this form around the time of the full moon.
Did she
And you
tell
know
you
nothing.
anything when she came out of werewolf form?
She had no memory of what was going on.
I find that hard to believe.
I mean, we're hunting a werewolf. There's a lot of.
What's your psychology skill, Pip?
Nothing. 10%.
You rolled a fucking 3. He's telling the truth.
Well,
Eric, remember to mark off skills that you succeed. So mark your psychology and your
Natural world.
natural world.
Okay.
Wow,
He's not lying.
I'm rolling so well for Pip. I needed that one. I needed that when I was playing as the dragon last week during our D&D session. Anyways,
Although I don't want to, I don't think there's a way of getting out of us all going into the cave just to be safe. Rather than risking one of our own just to see if the wolf might come out.
yes, exactly. I'm just curious why we would have hiked all this way, just to give up now.
Well, if we're gonna go in, we're gonna need more than just a flashlight.
can we cause a rock slide or a cave in?
That's an
Is-
excellent
But
idea.
we do not want to kill the werewolf. That is not our objective.
It ain't.
We
Ruth,
want to, if possible.
Why don't we
Well, she
go around and destroy all the entrances to the cave, and then the beast can't get out?
How?
Well, I don't
So-
suppose any of you have explosive technique.
I don't carry explosives with me.
I was just thinking rock fall on head and ow.
That's a very good idea, Pip.
No, no, wait, no, never mind.
How
We did
this
that.
this cave, is it like kind of at the end of a cliff, or does like the hill slope a bit? Like, could I climb up on top of the cave?
I don't know what the answer to that question is.
What do you? What?
See
I'll
if
be
we can
honest.
Snow White this bitch.
Okay.
Well-
And then, like, I know I
Oh,
understand
shit.
we're kind of
Actually, I found a real life picture of it.
Hey,
Let's see if I can drop this into the old chat here, the old handout section.
Well, at the very minimum, why don't we go into this big first cave here, and just see what's in there?
I was going to suggest if there are trees nearby or something, how about we try to smoke out the creature? And start a fire 30 feet into the cave and just let the smoke travel.
Well, if Pip is right, then there's exit to this cave. They could get out any way they want.
I don't believe there are any other exits to this cave from what I can see.
I like that idea.
we have anything that we could light a fire? Isn't this flashlight our only source of light?
Yeah.
I have a lighter.
Right
I
now.
smoke. I smoke
Yeah,
regularly.
you have things to light fires with, but you probably don't have anything to like, turn into a torch. Okay, so here's the picture I'm putting into the handout section. So it might be a bit tough to see, but you can see behind this house and wherever this parking lot is in present day, there's like a cave right behind the house there.
Is that it? Oh.
Like on the left?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's like
No, on the right
immediately back.
See,
behind the house.
there's a dark
Oh,
circle
shit,
directly
yeah.
behind that. So yeah, you could like stand at the top of this. Also, I don't know if this building, if this is like the miners' lunchroom or whatever, or if this is a more recent building. I don't have that information in the book, so I'm just going to go with there's probably some structures, or this structure probably in 1925, but it's impossible for me to say. It is possible that there's some more mining equipment around if you look for it.
All right, I want to look for some mining equipment then.
Make a spot hidden check.
Mine's 75.
Right.
Pip's got some
Dang.
Don't have
eyes
any
on
dice.
Yeah, perceptive little fucker.
Gotta do it for his chimney sweeping.
You rolled an 87.
Damn it!
It's either under
got-
10
you got
or
nothing.
over 80.
Yeah, you got nothing, Pip. You got nothing.
I'll take a look around too, if that's allowed.
Sure, why not?
The spot hidden?
Yep.
I failed but by one. So fuck it, I'll use a luck point.
You'll use a single luck point.
A single luck point.
Breaking
You
the bank.
you find another flashlight, but this one is like one that you pin onto your clothing.
Fuck yeah.
That works too.
Yep, it does work.
Okay.
So yeah, this is like more of a mining style flashlight that you would have on you, and then you'd be able to like use your hands still for mining activities.
Just love mining activities.
I'll give that one to Pip.
Why
Thank
the
you.
Pip? Why don't you give it to Lawrence, the man with the tranquilizer gun?
What?
Because he needs two hands to shoot.
That's why he should have the thing that lets him use the two hands and still have
It's
light.
it's on his chest. Rude. And he's doing
No,
this.
I just think we should give the man with our best chance of making the beast go. Pip, you have a broom.
He's
You don't need
rich!
the light.
He could have prime one himself!
Pip, I just don't think you're going to be in the front of this conflict. Therefore, I don't think the light will be most effective with you.
One of us will be holding the light to shine. I don't think he'll be shining and shooting. Unless Lawrence, is that something you want to do? You want a light?
I wouldn't say no to the prospect.
It's stupid.
Absolutely no way is he getting the light.
Oh my god. I don't actually, you know what? I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't care. Give the light to whoever the fuck you
Listen,
want.
we have two flashlights. I mean, maybe that will be good enough. It's difficult to say.
So is there any way for us to collect a bunch of wood and like leaves and like fresh,
Start a fire.
to start a fire?
Well, it's February in central England, so probably not.
Everything's gonna be wet as shit.
Yeah.
I think we kind of just got to go in, guys. I don't as much as I'd like a better plan, I don't think we're going to come up with one.
Now, it seems that Pip is the only one who has been into these caves. Are we going to let Pip lead us through the caverns where Eloise might be waiting around any corner?
Perhaps we can just follow the blood.
I was gonna
That's
suggest
a good idea.
that Lawrence, since you have a trank gun, you can go first, with us closely behind, lighting your path. And if you see the beast, you can shoot it.
But Lawrence wants us to
And-
restrain the beast, if I'm correct.
That is perhaps our best shot at doing this non-lethally.
How on God's green earth do you suspect or expect us to restrain a 9-foot tall starling beast?
I don't know, but if you return to town with my mangled corpse and my sister's mangled corpse, how do you think my father will react? Do you think you'll be able to stay in jolly old England for much longer after that?
That implies we would
That's
return
really
to town.
fine, your body.
Listen, Lawrence, you seem like a nice guy. I ain't looking to kill you. I don't want you dead. But I don't want to die either. And if your plan is for me to go in and tackle a werewolf and wrestle it to the ground so you can shoot it, you're out of your goddamn mind. So you present me with something that you think would work to trap this thing.
Wow.
Lawrence points at Ruth. She seems to think it's a good idea.
Go
Well-
on, Ruth.
Yes, I'd love to hear it, Ruth.
Man, as a group, we've seen a lot of things. I just thought you guys have a little more balls. This is do you not want to get up and close and personal with this thing? The thing that
No.
took Norman from us? Do you not feel the burning embers of rage deep in your belly?
I knew him for like 3 hours.
Pip, I appreciate you in this group, but unfortunately, this conversation is not really meant for you.
I never even met the man.
Theo, you're
Jesus. Neither did Lawrence.
Ruth, make a charm or a persuade roll
Against me?
against anyone. Well, against the whole party. It's your persuade against
got a normal success.
normal success. Wait, which one did you use?
Persuade.
Persuade. So it's opposed either by your persuade or psychology. So right now, Ruth is beating all of you. She's making some good points, but you can try and oppose her persuade roll with either your persuade skill or your psychology.
Jared, we can't hear you. We still can't hear you.
We lost him.
I got a hard success on
Oh,
my
fuck.
counter persuade. I rolled a 26.
Clyde is not persuaded.
Do I get to put a check mark for that? Oh, I already have a check mark for this session. Right, never mind.
I need everyone else to make it. To make the
What am
same
I?
roll.
What's the skill?
What's your persuade and what's your psychology?
Both are 10.
Can we get
Oh.
bonus dice because we never knew Norm and she's
The
trying
base.
to inspire us with, getting revenge?
No, because this is Ruth like making her
It's
Making
coming
a
from my
speech.
heart. This is
I see.
emotional.
I
Pip and Theo, you never knew Norman. Not really, but Ruth's making some good points. Ruth is calling you out on your shit, and
Richard's already ready to go in. Like I'm not opposing that. Like I was already go for it.
Do you want to go and restrain a werewolf?
Why, yes. What another thing to add to the resume? Not too
Hey.
many. Not too
Yeah.
many neurosurgeons can go around bragging that they've restrained a werewolf. Now, can they?
I'll etch that onto your tombstone for you. Now, what the fuck is your plan to do
You know
this?
what? Ruth, you let me have the flashlight. I believe you.
I loved Norman. Norman is a great guy, one of the most honest and true people I ever knew.
He might have murdered one of our colleagues, but honest and true.
Well, actually, hang on, Theo. What's your persuade skill and your psychology skill?
The
Hello, Evan.
Sorry, I forgot my name was Theo.
Theo, what is your psychology skill and your persuade skill?
Persuades 10, psychology is 10.
Okay, yeah. So Ruth is definitely somehow has swayed you.
Evan, do you not have dice?
No, I rolled. I said I failed
Oh, okay.
a while ago.
It's just the way opposed rolls work is that even like sometimes even if the other person doesn't roll, you can fail trying to persuade them. It depends on what their level is in the skill. Sometimes they'll auto succeed against you, depending on how high their skill is. So I should have asked what that was before I got anybody to roll. But if Theo and Pip both have the base level, then it doesn't make a
We're
difference.
screwed either way.
Well, Clyde, you're the one
like-
that's so opposed. What's your
Yeah,
plan?
but like
I'm asking you what the fucking plan
I
is.
just told you what the plan is, and
Yeah,
you're saying
go in
no.
there and restrain a werewolf. With what? Do what?
So-
How?
No,
What-
Clyde.
I love Theo's now with it.
I have to admit, Ruth's words have absolutely moved me. I do not agree with the plan absolutely whatsoever. But the plan is we're gonna go in there and we're gonna get the flashlights and we're gonna restrain the beast in some way, shape, or form.
Great. That's a great plan. I knew all that.
But
I'm
here's
asking, how do we get from get the flashlights to restrain werewolf?
Clyde, the idea is we stay as a group together. From what I understand, when you left Norman to die, which you left him to die, it sounds like you all ran away and left the poor man alone. Now, if you had stood your ground and fought together, you might have actually had a standing chance, which is what we're going in to find out.
You know,
You're going to go the rest
Theo,
of your life knowing that you let Norman, bless his soul, let him
don't you even stop with me.
you let him die in that cave.
I'm fucking
Why
swing at you.
would you rather go in that cave and find out that even if you had stood together, you would have died anyways? I think that's a great thing to figure out. It puts all those fears away.
Yeah, because either you're dead or you come out alive.
Theo, do me a favor. Close your eyes.
Okay.
Spin around 5 times.
One,
I
One,
didn't think he was going to actually roll for it.
two,
three,
three,
4, 5.
Now
Okay.
I'm gonna move around to where I was, like before he started doing that, and I'm gonna say, all right, where's the cave's entrance?
Make a navigate roll, Theo.
What?
I don't understand where this is going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
give me a
I
minute.
don't either,
Fail.
but I'm gonna let it
Fail.
Fail. He points
Yeah.
in the wrong direction.
All right, now imagine that and fighting a werewolf in the dark where you can't see anything, you don't know nothing. That's what
I
we're
mean-
going into right now. We got the dinky little flashlight. All right, but that's what we had with Norman. We couldn't see nothing.
Clyde. I'm not gonna counteract you in your reasoning for letting your friend die. But if we go in all together, I think we will be victorious. What say you?
Chums, I think, dear, this is Harrison talking, by the way. I can't do a Harrison Dodge voice, but I think Norman would have wanted us to go and avenge his death.
Oh,
So let's do whatever we can.
That is true.
I'm just
I agree with that.
Based on the notes I've been given from Matt, this is how I'm going to play it.
I agree with that, Harrison, wholeheartedly. I just want to know how we plan to restrain it. We have Pip's rope. I don't think rope is going to hold this thing.
All right, just so everyone's aware. Also, I looked, and Harrison Dodge has an appearance of 30.
Ooh.
That's good. That's good. That makes
He's-
me feel
Ugly
good.
motherfucker.
He's as ugly as Richard.
That's why he has the sideburns and the big mustache to hide his ugly face.
What's Theo's appearance, Evan?
Oh right, I guess Graydon wasn't here when Evan introduced Theo.
35.
Okay.
We're a bunch of ugly motherfuckers. That's what we.
I have a
Theo looks
65. Thank you very much.
That's
Oh, damn.
Damn, dude.
Oh, he looks cute.
Those chiseled cheeks.
He looks like H.P. Lovecraft. All right, so who's leading us into the caves? Well, first off, who's taking the flashlights? Pip is taking the
I'm not
flashlight.
fucking giving up my flashlight. I found it. I'm
Are
holding
we
on to
doing
it.
the rock thing?
Pip is taking the flashlight.
Yeah.
Lawrence is shooting his sister with the tranquilizer, and then we will restrain her. And
No, that's not what they're talking about. They're talking about restraining her and then shooting her.
Well, that's not happening.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
Listen, obviously, if I see her before you begin restraining her, I will do my best to shoot at her.
No. We are not restraining her before.
I
Then
love
what do
running
you
in circles.
What do you propose we do then?
You shoot her!
I'm going to shoot her.
Everyone forgot the rock thing! Everyone's like, oh, Pip, that's a good idea, and everyone
Pip.
forgot about it!
Pip,
Because
my
we're going
boy.
in the cave now,
It
Pip.
is a good idea. But these
There's probably rocks in the cave!
Wait, what's
are rocks at it?
He wants to
I
like.
might
We push a rock on the head and she go bonk!
You can lift the rock.
It's like a Looney Tunes.
Theo, shut up! That's all I'm saying! You push it!
We're just screaming at each other at the mouth of this cave.
This is like an 11-year-old child screaming in the English countryside, "Push the rock!"
Look at Richard, he can push it!
We don't know where rocks are. If there's, it's very situational.
Ruth! It's a cave where they were mining things!
I understand that, but usually mines are like tunnels. There's not like an extra side area up here with rocks that you can just push.
All right.
There might
so
be!
If I'm to get a clean shot at Eloise, I'll need somebody to be holding a flashlight for me. So Pip, my boy, will you stand at my side whilst I take aim at my sister?
No!
All right then.
I'll be behind you!
Clyde, will you
Yeah.
stand at my side whilst I shoot at my sister? That way you don't have to restrain her, since that seems to be your big hang-up about the
That
plan.
is a very, yeah. You know what? Sure. I'll stand slightly behind you and shine the light in the demon's face while you
Fuck
try
it.
to shoot at it.
I wish Leon was here because I would have totally made a remark towards the Luis Mendoza thing in the alleyway.
If Leon was here, Eloise would already be dead. Eloise would have been dead 10 minutes ago.
That would have been sniper from on top.
Sharpshooter Leon.
Drive a tank into the cave.
All right.
But his close combat was not good at all.
Are
Not
you
that.
settled? Is everyone settled? We're gonna go into the cave.
Yeah, we're gonna go in. Ruth's gonna put on her mittens and go and scratch at the wolf, and then fucking Sir Arthur here, or whatever, is gonna shoot it.
All right, I'll take another flashlight.
Does
I'm
someone
sorry,
want?
Lord. I'm upset.
Does someone want the rope to?
No.
So we only have two
What are we gonna
flashlights.
use to restrain?
We're tranquilizing the thing.
Tranquilizing it. We have chains in the truck.
Yeah,
Where's
that's
the
great.
truck?
The truck.
That's way back in town, Pip.
Fucking god.
We're gonna
Alright,
carry a
so
werewolf
rope or
through the middle of
nothing. I-
town.
I
It's
don't-
fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We have Lawrence. He's the king. He's the prince of the manor.
Right. Lord.
You really have no idea how English mobility.
After you, Lawrence.
As I said, I'm not going in there first. I need someone to hold the flashlight for me.
Yeah, and I'm holding the flashlight.
And I'm holding
Slightly
a
behind you.
flashlight as well.
No, Theo, you don't. Theo doesn't have a flashlight.
I will hold a flashlight.
Right, but Pip and Clyde have the two flashlights, and they seem reticent to give them.
All
up.
right, then let's go.
But we're not seriously going to send the child in first, are we?
I'm gonna walk in. I'm just
Okay. Marching order. It's Pip first. Then Lawrence goes in after Pip.
Then Clyde,
I-
I assume.
Yeah, then I'll go.
I'm
left
gonna
with the
mention
Lord.
just in case
And
I
then
have
I'll
the
go.
flashlight switched on already.
I'll be
it's on.
after Clyde.
I'm gonna Jared. You go or Richard. You go next. I'm gonna take up the rear.
Harrison
good.
is going to go after Theo because I think Matt would want Harrison to not be at the back.
I think
Based
it's
on
very
what I think,
accurate.
Yeah.
Between Ruth and Richard, who's taking the last two spots?
Ruth said she'd take the last, so I'll take second last. I don't really care either way.
I'm walking in there, flashlight in one hand, and I'm pulling my fucking revolver, and that's in the other.
It's gonna
Okay.
Fuck me up.
Something tells me that we're not coming out of this cave with it alive. Not because we couldn't, but because it's immediately gonna get shot by like 4 different people.
We'll see how things go.
I really wanted to experiment on a werewolf.
Oh, you
Have
can
some
experiment
fur.
on a dead body.
You know, I have high hopes for this encounter. I really do.
Richard's had enough of this cancel culture that's part of this group.
Shut up.
I want it to go well just to spite Clyde now.
Okay.
You get in there and hold its hands behind its back and restrain it.
You know what? I never saw the werewolf myself. I was the
This is-
first out of there. I don't know
This
how.
is Citizens
So-
arrest on the werewolf.
You guys all enter into the cave. There's actually, based on the maps that I could find online, it seems like there's actually a narrow staircase leading down, sort of from the main entrance, and then you are in what seems to be a cavernous hallway that goes down and juts about several different ways. Pip, you know that the best way to continue moving is to take a sharp left down another sort of small stairway and down the actual mine shafts that sort of crisscross throughout the area. Crisscross applesauce, big boy.
I guess it's good I'm leading the way. Can I want to find a stick at some point that I left in the cave last time I was here. It's a cool stick.
Make a luck. What's your luck?
88.
Dang.
Lucky boy.
Yeah, you rolled a 52. You find your stick.
Yes.
Still leaning up against some rocks, hidden
Can a
in
stick
like an
be
alcove.
used as a weapon? Because otherwise, I still
yes.
don't have one. Hell yeah.
A stick can be used as a weapon. Not a very good weapon, but a weapon nonetheless.
Stick
Better
and
than
broom.
unarmed.
I assume this like the mine's like single file. Like it's pretty narrow.
Difficult for me to say because I don't know what the mine actually looks like. I just have
Don't
like,
have the dimensions.
yeah, I have a fan made.
I hope it's not fucking single file.
That's what
Fucking
I'm
get a guy
envisioning.
shooting down the fucking.
I would assume it's probably wide enough to have at least 2 people like shoulder to shoulder, probably.
Probably.
Well,
I just
mean,
need.
if they're mining and they have pickaxe, they probably have to swing.
Nah, I
So there's
don't think
probably
they have to
room to
swing.
be able to swing.
That's the other thing. I don't know what kind of what the mining operation is like. It's the 20s, so they do have like heavy machinery for mining, but I don't. This based on what I can see, it doesn't look like that kind of mine really. So it's tough for me to say. So
It's really eerie because the skeleton's head is like lit up perfectly behind my head.
No, that's true.
So you guys make your way down through a number of larger caverns and shafts, and you are led into what is a large cavern with what is presumably being mined here. This like very beautiful, almost crystalline substance. And you haven't seen too much more blood since you've kind of been continuing on. But in one room, which Pip, you know, is called the Waterfall Cavern, there's a large crystallized rock formation, which gives the room its name because it looks like a frozen waterfall. You can, as you kind of shine the flashlights, you see what appears to be some sort of man who has been impaled, and his blood has dripped down the not stalagmites, but the crystals that have formed and make up the waterfall. And it looks like he's missing one of his legs, and entire gashes and chunks of flesh have been taken out of his body, and he has been left standing there, not standing, impaled.
That wasn't there last time.
That's probably our watchman.
Yes, I would say so. Keep an eye out, everybody. I imagine things might be getting slightly more difficult.
Hey Ruth,
Does
do you
he
see
have
that? Hey, wait, does
anything on
everyone see that? That's what you look like when you try to restrain a fucking werewolf.
By yourself. The power of
Oh.
numbers.
Clyde, I've seen worse things in the war.
Poor chap was probably caught off guard as well. On
Does
the
he
night
have
shift.
anything?
I don't really feel like poking through his pockets. That seems inappropriate.
I'll do it.
I'll lift him up.
Can he reach? Oh, I was gonna say.
There you go, my boy.
What's your spot? What's your spot hidden again?
75.
This is poor. There's no need for this.
Yeah, you find some money.
Nice.
You find £3 that he had tucked in his pocket.
We didn't have anything we can use right now.
Pay off the werewolf.
Pip. When you find shit like that, you say he didn't have anything, and you just pocket it.
Dude, these aren't good lessons.
You know that we're trying to not die in here, right? You know this isn't time for disturbing the dead.
Clyde, I recall you were
Well,
quite
maybe
concerned.
he had something we could use, like a
poor
gun.
man. The poor man couldn't even help himself. Do you think he had a gun?
He was on his own. I don't
Focus!
know.
Focus! Focus!
I don't think this is the time to start arguing. I think we need to keep moving.
It's Lawrence's fault.
So as you sort of continue on, pretty close to that, there is one path that veers off to the left and one sort of larger one that continues going on. Pip, you know that the one going to the left kind of ends in a few different caverns, and the one going on takes you to the larger cavern structure.
To the left, there's not much that way, so I don't know if it's worth going down that way. But
Can you
what?
shine the light down to the left? Is there anything within the light's radius?
The cave bends, curves to the right once you sort of shine the light down there, and you can't see any further into the cave than that.
All right. Who was doing the tracking?
That was me.
Well, Which way do you think?
Kind of takes a look. I have no clue.
Great.
Can I
say
like?
we keep
Can we
going
see any?
forward?
Can we see any blood going into one of the entrances?
Nope, because the body is impaled, and it doesn't seem like there was any blood left over.
Hmm.
Well, Pip says we go straight.
All right, well, then let's continue on.
Can't wait to get ambushed by a fucking beast.
Hey, you wanted to hold
Yes.
the flashlight.
I'm holding the fucking flashlight. That's mine.
You're also up front.
He's cutting off our escape, is what I'm saying.
Hmm. We could leave someone here. You want to stay here and watch the other entrance?
Nope.
Bad idea. Bad idea. Not doing that.
For me, ideally, I'm like as close as possible to Lawrence because I'm spooked.
Right. Makes sense. All right, so you guys continue onward into sort of the larger cave. It continues straight and is rather cavernous for quite a while before sort of curving again abruptly to the left into another large cavern, which then once again sort of curves off down into another like very, very circular cavern.
Boss fight area.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. Shine that light down there for me.
Shine it around.
Lawrence kind of makes his way down into the circular chamber. What's everyone's listen skill?
20 based.
60.
74.
74. Okay. All is quiet down here. Lawrence kind of looks back up towards all of you, shining the light. I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder if maybe we was meant to go the other way. I'm not sure there's anything down here. Or maybe she's left the cave and you watch as Lawrence is decked in the face by a shadowy figure.
Oh shit!
All right. How you guys don't want to stay? Lawrence, you good?
Shine the light. What was that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to follow the light. I'll just hit the direction that he got.
No, he just turns around and looks at us and says, "Lawrence, you good?"
I'm trying to shine my light as best I can on the
I'm
shadow
getting my
figure.
revolver out immediately.
Got ganked.
So, those of you with the flashlights, make spot hidden checks for me.
75.
Pip rolled a 75.
Ooh.
I got a success.
You can see behind a rock, after frantically searching for a second, Lawrence's legs are sticking out, and it appears he's moving, but very, very slowly. And you watch the gun kind of come up, and he's like, "Where the fuck is it? Where the?" We are now in combat. I need everybody's dexterities, please.
60 for Mr. Richard.
Which Dex?
Yep.
It's at the top.
That's my 70 for me.
Dang.
65 for me.
45 for me.
And 50 for me.
Harrison has really good decks. I forgot about that.
Hey, he's like 80, doesn't he? Or something crazy.
He's got 70. Still pretty good.
Hopefully Lawrence isn't like a quick time event he can't fail.
That's the new Dead by Daylight measures for on the hook, eh?
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's skill checks now.
Oh, it's no longer just hit the button.
No.
Yeah, which is so much better. Hitting the button sucks.
Hate it. You get too many of those moments like Eric and I where it's fucking you just like you accidentally like hit the side of the button or you don't hit it
You're off
perfectly.
rhythm for a second.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's just like, well, fuck.
You're dead either way if it's at that point. Personally.
So optimistic in your being hooked in Dead by Daylight. I'm fucking gone if I'm on the hook.
I have faith in the boys.
Man, if we go back and play that, we're all gonna be like rank 20.
God, I'd hate
Oh.
being that rank.
Shut up, Peter.
That would suck.
I'm excited for the Resident Evil stuff, though. That'll be cool.
That'd be fun. Well, it'll be nice, like, if we go down a bunch of levels, because we'll just fucking mop the floor with everyone else down there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of numbers and people I have to record here. I should have this like written down just for my own reference, but I keep forgetting to do it. Plus, we've had a couple deaths, so it's out of date at this point.
Nice chair from Canadian Tire there, Graydon, on the deck.
Thank you.
Patio chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chair connoisseur over here.
So as you're all sitting at the entrance to the cavern, sort of up from where Lawrence was knocked over, you watch as the same hulking monstrosity you saw the night before comes out of the shadows, and the only thing down there is Lawrence. It's going to make a couple of attacks.
Well, Lawrence is dead.
No,
Yep.
he's got this. He's got this.
Good.
I'm sending him
Remember
good
what he
vibes.
said at the front of the cave about showing up to his dad's house with him and his sister dead?
It's fine. It's fine.
His dad doesn't know we went with him. Do you think
I'm
they have
sure he
dinner
does.
every night and talk?
Family dinner.
At the big round family table in their big dining hall that I'm sure they each sit at a different end down.
Surely not. Surely not.
We don't know this family. We can't judge them.
True.
I know me and Cloud, we sit at the dinner table together.
You guys have a weird relationship, though.
Yeah, you really do.
I don't know what's going on there.
He's actually just a hostage.
Uh,
Scared Richard's
Stockholm
gonna
syndrome.
kill him.
If anything, I think Richard's scared of Cloud.
So you watch as Eloise like towers over her brother and like picks him up and does the same maneuver that you saw her do to Norman, but a night before, and begin to like rake claws in. So he is now grappled by her, and she gets a few more attacks.
So he didn't get a shot away, is what I'm hearing.
He did not get a shot away. Not even close.
Well, I'm gonna say capturing it's not very much an option right now. So.
Why would you have a fucking option? Captured a fucking werewolf.
Just need a Pokeball.
I brought my Master Ball. Jokes on all of you.
Just you could throw it at any point, but you're waiting.
I've been saving it for Rayquaza, but this seems like an opportune moment to throw it.
I don't want to fight Rayquaza and Call of Cthulhu. Fuck that. Boys. Are you kidding me?
Comes down from the sky. Dark Pharaoh standing underneath it.
Hi, Courtney, by the way. Oh,
You just had to address her, didn't you?
I had to.
She got screen shy.
All right, so you watch as Eloise begins to impale Lawrence as he's picked up, and he needs to make a Constitution roll. Oh, it's pretty constitutional.
Eloise,
Oh.
stop it.
He fucking barely hangs on to consciousness as he begins to scream out in pain, reverberating throughout the caverns.
Oh boy.
It is now it's now his turn. He's going to use his action to try and make it an opposed strength roll.
Ah.
He can't shoot her. He's in her arms.
During
Yeah.
this,
Drop
am I able
behind.
to look around the cave with my flashlight, see if there's anything of note?
I was just say, everyone's fighting this werewolf. You just see Pip off to the side, scurrying and looking through a bunch of
That's a cool
different
dog.
boxes.
Well, you gotta imagine if it's on my thing, I'd be like, "Fuck anything."
uh,
Um.
Eric Courtney says she misses you.
Oh.
Aw.
I miss her too.
He rolled fine, but Eloise did as well. So he cannot break free of the grapple, and he is like writhing in her arms as she begins to just rake into him, and he is in a lot of pain. Pip, it's your turn.
So, can I now do the thing where I check around, see if there's anything of note in the cave?
That'll use your action.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You just want to make a spot hidden roll? Like, what are you looking for? Anything specifically?
Just really anything noteworthy that could maybe help in
Looking for rocks.
the upcoming struggle. Yeah, Pierre gets it.
For rocks to push.
I want to I want to Snow White this bitch.
You rolled a great. You rolled really well. You rolled a 3 again.
Nice.
But no, it's a cave. There is nothing
Fuck.
useful here. There are rocks, and your flashlight is probably the most useful thing.
Well, there's nothing here. Is that my whole turn?
Yeah, you used your
Okay.
action.
Yeah, I was just
So,
I didn't know how.
sorry, I should have prefaced this. The way I'm making the flashlights work is that to like assist somebody with the flashlight so they can see what they're doing, I'm going to make that your action to shine the flashlight in a useful direction for people.
well, Clyde can't shoot.
He can point the flashlight with one round.
Yeah, I
And
can't. I
then
can't
shoot.
tactical.
Yeah, probably not.
They didn't invent tactical holds until like the 1970s.
Is that historically accurate?
I don't know, but it's worth a Google.
Patented tactical holds.
So
I feel like you can't really patent this.
Arm. How would
I
you
don't
discover
think-
someone's
I
infringing
don't-
on your copyright? There's no-
you're in like the middle of a conflict. You accidentally go like this without the rights. You get a copyright strike, just slaps you in the face.
so it is now Harrison's turn.
Ooh.
Harrison, I don't know what Matt wants me to do, but I'm just gonna go with it. Harrison is going to rush forward and try and restrain Eloise.
No, he's not.
That a boy.
Yes, he is.
Harrison's deeply damaged after Norman. I truly believe that.
I would have figured he would have emotionally said that and then just ran away anyways. He doesn't seem like the do something out of his good heart.
He needs content for his next book.
True.
But he can have content. He just has to survive. As long as he survives, he has
Yeah.
content.
He can make the content. He
Did-
just
maybe
needs
his-
the beginning of the
his-
story. And
You
he
wouldn't
can...
believe about the werewolf I restrained down there as he's sitting up the watch post.
What if his character arc is over time he actually writes good books?
That would be amazing character.
That'd be
Leads to
great.
Harry Potter.
Harrison Potter.
You won't
All right.
believe who killed Dumbledore.
So Harrison runs into the cave and begins grasping at Eloise, and she's very, very strong. It doesn't look like it's doing much, but it looks like he's begun to like try and restrain her and pull Lawrence free. It is now Ruth's turn.
Get in there, lion claws.
So what I would like to do is I would like to try to grab the tranquilizer that I assume's on the ground. However, I have a phobia of guns, so that means I probably can't do that or can't use it.
You can do it, but I would add a penalty die in addition to any other penalty dice that are going to be incurred by you being in the darkness, firing at the thing at point blank range with a rifle.
Okay, well,
Other things.
I am not going to do that then. That is one too many penalty dice for my taste. I'm going to run up and just fucking pummel it with my lion claws.
Okay. Do some pummeling.
Those are once Leon's lion
Smash.
claws.
Stab the shit out of its leg. That is a normal success.
Okay.
So for 1d4.
Every attack is 1d4 plus another 1d4.
That's a 2. That's a 2.
4 points of damage. Respectable. So Ruth, you come up and you begin pummeling Eloise. Doesn't do as much as you would hope, but you know, you got the beginnings of something maybe.
I want
Richard.
friend in high place.
Richard, it is your turn.
All right. Now, would I be able to walk up, grab the gun, and take a shot, or would that be a next round thing?
Well, here's the other thing. Lawrence dropped the gun. You guys don't know where he dropped it. You'd probably have to expend time to try and find it. 'Cause
Oh,
It
okay.
is dark down here, and currently you do not have Pip or Clyde pointing the
All
light
right.
where you necessarily need it.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run up. So you can tell me if I can do this or not. I'm gonna try to grab its hands and do a contesting strength to pull its arms out from around Lawrence.
That's some Captain America shit. Like, what the hell? That's what I'm envisioning. That's some.
Yep. Go ahead, run up to it and make a strength roll for me.
All right. That is. I'm gonna
Um,
push it.
You hang on. You have a build. You've got a build of 1, right?
Yeah.
So this is no, sorry, because this creature says you just contest it with a strength roll. It doesn't make a difference. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna push the roll.
I'm gonna put. I got a regular success, but I'm really close to a hard success, so I'm gonna push it to a hard success.
Okay.
I got a 41, and I'm pushing it to a 38.
Okay. So, Richard, you run up and you grab Eloise's massive, hairy arms that are currently dug into Lawrence's back, and you wrench them apart, and Lawrence collapses to the ground, struggling for breath,
Holy
but
shit, Richard.
alive, and he begins to crawl away.
I am impressed. I'm gonna just say that right now. I didn't think that was gonna work.
I told
It's your
you,
turn.
Richard did a lot of sports in his university.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's all I can really do, isn't it?
Yeah, that's your turn.
Perfect.
Will be
Theo.
the unhinged behavior of Theo.
Flee.
Watch him shoot one
Look
of
at
us
that smile.
accidentally.
Look at that smile.
We've come close on a couple instances where we've almost shot each other. So, What are we waiting for?
What are we waiting for? Yep.
Oh, I didn't. I thought Eric said something about the.
No, it's your
I
it's your turn. It's your turn.
I didn't know it was my turn. I thought we were waiting for him. Okay. Well,
I just rolled a fucking 1.
Theo is going to shoot the werewolf with his revolver.
Okay. So it's with 2 penalty dice because you're in the dark and you're shooting into melee combat.
Wouldn't I be directly between him and the werewolf?
I would say Ruth is probably more directly between them
Okay.
because
And I
Eric-
re-rolled the 10 2 times
yeah,
because that
Because-
one was
yeah.
pretty good. This next one was also a success. This is 73, so this might, if I do good on this next one, this will probably be my roll. Yeah, and that one's a 3. So that will be a 73 success.
damn.
Holy shit.
Go
I
ahead
rolled a
and
13, a 73, and a 3. Which actually is, oh, well, it makes sense because you don't re-roll the 1. I was like, wow.
so yeah, roll damage. Roll damage for your revolver.
Evan
Okay, so that's
curved the
one.
bullet.
D8. I believe
Jeez,
that's
is that some
is
wanted
that.
shit?
Yeah, the D8 is the one that looks like 2 4-sided pyramids on top
Yeah.
of one another.
That's going to be a 7.
Ooh.
7. So you watch the bullet, the muzzle flash lights up the cavern for a moment, and you watch it hit its mark and impact into Eloise. However, she does have armor against projectiles, so it doesn't do as much damage as you thought it would. But you did
Damn
something.
werewolf. Where's that silver bullet?
We tried silver and it didn't work.
Yeah, Norm was clutching it as she tore him apart.
Clyde, it is your turn.
I am just going to keep the light shined on my friends fighting the werewolf. I feel like it's too dangerous for me to shoot.
Yeah.
I don't think
Alright.
I'd get that lucky.
All right. So you frantically move the flashlight down, and you eliminate the penalty dice that some people were working with
Yep.
under those scenarios, and yeah, you illuminate part of the cavern.
My gun's still out though. I still have that in my hand.
So, Eloise, Harrison is like on her back trying to restrain her. And she's kind of moving around. She now sees Richard in front of her.
Richard, the man stronger than the werewolf.
Yeah, you called out her strength, so no
Mhm.
wonder.
Richard's there looking into her eyes like, you're beautiful.
Richard's taking aggro.
Richard's like, you can arm wrestle me right now.
I can't wait to strap you to the table and dissect you.
So Eloise is going to make some rolls against you here, Richard.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
With the
So
penalty,
that's
she's in the light now.
that's a 27. That's a success with her.
That's
fighting.
not good.
You can fight back or try and dodge once because she has three attacks, so you can do it once per round. You get 1 reaction.
Okay. So this is her just like swiping at me or trying to grab at me?
This is her trying to grab you, which also does damage. She's trying to
Okay.
pick you up like she did to Lawrence and Norman.
I'm gonna try to resist that one. I'm gonna fight
Okay.
back.
Fight back, yeah, absolutely.
I have to beat a 27. My God.
Well,
that's not gonna
you
happen.
have to beat that. That's just a regular success for her.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I gotta get a hard success to beat it.
Yes,
Is that my strength or my fighting brawl?
fighting brawl.
Okay. Well, that is not successful.
So, Richard, you are picked up by Eloise.
He's like,
trying
ha!
And you now see just how strong she is. You take
Oh boy.
11 points of damage as she picks you up off the ground.
Jack, that is like well over half my.
Well, yeah, over half. So I need you to make a Constitution
Okay.
check to see if you remain conscious.
Jared returns to major wounds.
I got a. I got an. Oh, that's two the same. Okay. Well, let me re-roll that. I rolled two d10s. That is a success for Constitution.
You remain conscious.
My God.
Since
Holy
Eloise,
fuck
since,
nuts.
since Eloise is smart enough to know that she's in a lot of danger here, and she has Richard where she wants him, she's going to use her other two attacks to take a couple swipes at you, Ruth.
Oh, thank God.
I just, fuck, I dropped one of my d10s and it rolled a long way.
Afraid of this girl.
You kind of like lagged out at the perfect time there,
like-
Jack, to create like just the suspense.
I know. I was,
It was like you, Ruth. We're all like,
you heard
Okay.
the R first too, and I was like, ah.
So she succeeds on her first attack against you, Ruth. Again, you can. Okay.
Good luck.
Jack, just as a little reference, you should throw some RuneScape music into this playlist.
I think some of these playlists might have RuneScape music. We'll see. I have to go through all the. There's not much RuneScape music available on Spotify, but there's some.
this one reminded me of music RuneScape. For
It's
some
very
reason.
RuneScapey.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Give it to me, Peter.
I need a 41 for a hard success. I rolled a 45, so I'm going to use 4 luck points.
Okay.
I think I restarted your song, Eric. I was trying to get that cooler than me song because I liked it.
It's good.
It was good. I've been jamming out to some remixes here, and it's been not bad.
Yeah. I've been liking this playlist.
I rolled damage, right?
Yep. You roll damage because you fought back and won.
And it would be with the lion claws, with another 2d4.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Good shit. That's a 2. That's a 2.
Okay. Seeing that Ruth is not going down without a fight, she's going to use her third and final attack to try and knock out or kill Richard, potentially. I don't think this will kill, but if it succeeds, it'll for sure knock you out. She fails.
Oh, thank.
Does she have luck points?
Oh,
She does have luck points.
son of a bitch.
She's going to use 26 luck points.
Whoa. She really
she
wanted
must be
you.
close to dying.
Dude, she knows he's the doctor. I would use luck
Eh.
that much luck too against a human that could rival a werewolf's strength.
If Richard survives, he's gonna ride that high for a while.
To turn that into a success. She does another 6 points of damage against
Well, I'm
you,
sure
Richard.
it's like how what would be considered an instant death here?
It had let me check the ruling on that. I don't think that's an instant death. I think
Because
that
wouldn't,
just
wouldn't
knocks
it
you
be?
out.
Isn't it double what your health is right now? Or am I thinking D&D? I think I'm thinking D&D.
Yeah, you're thinking D&D in that case. If damage greater than your max hit points are taken in one attack, you die outright. So say you had 11 hit points and somebody did 12 hit points worth of damage to you in a single attack, you die instantly. But
that's
in
your
this
max,
case,
right?
yeah, you took like over your maximum damage, but it was spread across 2 attacks.
Okay,
you're
so I
just
just go
you're-
unconscious.
Yeah, you're unconscious. You do have a major wound.
Nice.
So, when we get to your round, you are going to have to make some con rolls to see if you stay alive.
Oh,
It's
goody.
still very possible that you die here, but we do have some people in the party that don't completely suck when it comes to first aid. So now Lawrence's turn. Lawrence scrambles across the ground and finds his rifle and points it at Eloise. We'll see.
Hits Ruth.
Knocks me out.
No, Green, shut up.
I trusted you.
Please, God, no. We're all gonna die in here.
No, that's
So
the wrong
he-
attitude.
so
to have.
it's-
It's gonna be a
Party was-
campaign reset.
Campaign.
It's now, so he doesn't have that penalty die, but there are a lot of people in combat right now, so he still has a penalty die. That's a really good roll.
Too bad you can't use it.
He fucking rolled a 4 and a 14.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, my boy Lawrence. God, what a legend.
Girls just wanna have fun.
So I don't think he can knock her out with a single dart. There's like a 1 in 10 chance.
It's okay. It's okay. It's still hit.
Roll those dice.
Come on, 10%. Let's go.
So some of you watch as firing from the floor, Lawrence takes a shot, and the tranquilizer dart impacts into Eloise, and she like kind of staggers from the sting for a second, but completely ignores it and continues to stay up. There is almost no way. She has armor against ranged attacks. So, Pip, it's now your turn.
Sorry, now we restrain her, guys.
Strongest members on the ground die.
Richard, get her.
Richard got his spine broken when she grabbed around him.
Yeah, she gave you a little reach around.
Yeah.
Can I
Freaking like the beast.
be like Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and like jump on the back of her back and like punch her head from
Yeah.
behind while piggybacking?
Yeah.
Yeah,
guess.
that's what I want to do.
Okay. Make a run up and make a fighting brawl check for me.
I have 75 for fighting brawl.
Oh,
dang.
Pip.
Shit.
You do have your stick, which will do a little bit more damage.
Yeah, I might as well use that and just.
Pip had to beat the fuck out of some people with his stick.
The chimney sweeping market is a hard market to get into.
Hey, you have a lot
my
of
own. I gotta
competitors.
protect myself. I'm a little boy.
Pip, you rolled a 77 out of
Aw.
75. You can use 2 luck points.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
I'll do that.
So mark off 2 luck points. And you guys watch as Pip kamikazes through the cavern, jumps on Eloise's back next to Harrison, and begins whacking her on the head with a stick.
That kid's crazy, man. I don't know what he's gonna do next.
Bonk. Go
So
to horny
you-
jail. Bonk.
You
bonk.
have a damage bonus of -2, right, Pip?
-1.
-1. So roll
And
1
for the
yeah.
stick, I looked it up. It's like maybe 1d6 plus damage bonus.
Jesus, 1d6?
That's a
What is-
strong-
It
what
was
did
just
you
I looked up like rule set, and it was for a small club is 1d6 plus damage.
I'm assuming
bonus.
this is like a small like stick that you've got. I was going to rule it as 1d4 because
Yeah,
like,
yeah, okay,
a knife does 1d4 damage.
yeah, okay.
Well, a stick you found on the ground is not like a well-made club.
Stick most OP
Yeah,
weapon in the
Says
game.
you.
I just took whatever was closest.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Sticks like Connor's freaking bow and arrow from Skyrim that he hacked in.
The bastard.
Does 1300 damage.
All right, I need to roll that for you.
Yes, please.
1d4 -2.
-1.
-1. Sorry. Possible you do no damage here, but you might.
Mhm.
You should do something. Hey, you do 3 damage.
Mm.
Hey.
You watch as Pip comes up and bludgeons Eloise over the head with this stick, and she like rolls around woozy. She's looking pretty bad at the moment.
Kill the beasts. I feel like Gaston. Twas beauty
Now-
that killed the beast.
Now, Harrison is going to try and subdue the beast by making a fighting brawl check.
Don't do it, please. For the
Yeah,
love
no,
of
he doesn't
God,
need
it's
this
just
ego.
it's just gonna add to him.
He succeeds. Eloise is going to fight back because she can.
I've seen what she can do when she fights back. It's pretty brutal. Oh fuck yeah.
Actually, I forgot she could have fought back against Pip's attack. So I'm gonna roll that first. She has multiple fight back attempts per round because she has 3 attacks. So she fails. She would have failed. So
Okay.
now against Harrison's attack, that's a success. Fight back. It's a draw, so the initiator wins. So let's see what the dice have to say about this. But I think Harrison is about to have some ego pumped into his head.
Oh no.
I don't like the phrasing of that.
Wasn't even here, and
He doesn't deserve this.
He avenges Norm.
yeah,
After-
that is very fitting. That is very
After
fitting.
ditching Norm in the fucking cave.
So you watch as Harrison winds up his fist and punches while it's like straddling Eloise on the back and punches her in the jaw, and she just goes woozy and falls to the ground unconscious.
No fucking way.
I want to act fast and take my rope and start like stringing it around her to like.
Are we no longer in combat?
We are no longer in combat.
Yeah, I want to string it around her just for something better than no.
Because last time
Why,
I tried with Leon and I died.
Unfortunately, while Pip is trying to do that, Theo's walking right up to that werewolf and shooting it in the head.
Yeah, Clyde is coming up behind Theo and like gives him a nod, and I'm emptying all 6
What?
rounds into his head.
Boys!
I-
Boys!
Pip's just sitting there covering his ears like. "Ah! Ah!"
We have a ticket to friends in a higher place, and you guys are
That's
throwing it
phenomenal.
away. Throwing it away.
Did this phenomenon.
So, yeah, Theo and Clyde come up, revolvers drawn, bang, 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 bang. If you're just gonna empty the entire thing into someone unconscious,
Yeah.
I'm just shooting
What?
one bullet.
Oh,
I'm
Clyde,
shooting
are
my
you-
whole close. Yeah. I'm gonna, even when I'm out of bullets, you're gonna hear the click, click, click,
We're
click.
not going to hear shit for a little while, I'll tell you that much.
Okay, well.
Okay,
you will.
and then before
Before-
anyone has even a moment to realize what has happened, I'm going to Lawrence and I'm shooting him in the head.
Whoa! Okay, I'm not
so
sure what
okay,
that
so
happened. Can I do anything about that? I'm right beside the dude. I'm like, no, we're not gonna kill a human. A werewolf
So-
is not.
So in this case, we're going to go by initiative order. If you are,
Wow.
if you both have terrible dexterity compared to Lawrence, so if you are using your action to empty any amount of rounds into Eloise, he's going to get an action before you.
Okay.
So Lawrence just screams no and like takes his rifle and stands up meagerly and is going to club you across the head with it, Theo.
Right, then I'm gonna fight back, I guess.
Okay.
This is such an unnecessary fight happening. And Richard's fucking unconscious on the ground, can't do jack
No,
shit
I'm
about
about
this.
to help him as I'm just watching our fucking loot essentially get killed.
I can't wait to bleed out because enough turns passed.
Lawrence rolled a fucking 1 against you, Theo.
Holy shit! The power of family.
Damn. I just want to say, in this intense moment, I had a sea shanty come up on my Spotify.
Yeah, he's got me.
Wow.
Like I cannot believe it. I cannot.
Oh, sorry. I don't roll for damage. It's max weapon damage plus max damage bonus. Because it's a blunt weapon that he's hitting you with. You take 10 points of damage from
damn.
Lawrence clubbing you across the head with the stock of his rifle.
Are you fucking serious? What?
It's extreme damage. So I'm saying that a rifle is fairly sturdy and well made. So it would be 1d6 plus he has a build of 1, which is 1d4 as
Well,
his
I'm
damage
un-
bonus. So
I'm unconscious and have a major wound then.
Oh, by the way, Richard is on the ground dying.
I said that when combat ended that I wanted to apply first aid, but then all this
Good.
shit
Okay.
happened.
Good thing he came at me before I made any indication that I was gonna shoot him. And I'm not the one that emptied 6 bullets into his sister, so he has no inclination to finish me off.
I mean, you were the one talking a lot of shit about shooting them.
And calling him a
was.
lot of shit.
I was, but
Okay, so Ruth, you are administering first aid to Richard, right? So make a first aid roll. So how many hit points do you have, Theo?
2 left.
2
I had
left.
12. I had 12.
Did you make a Constitution roll to see if you remained conscious?
Oh no, I didn't. I'll make one now.
I succeeded barely, but I succeeded.
Richard,
succeeded.
you gain 1 hit point, Richard.
Fuck yeah.
So Theo, you just got clubbed across the head by Lawrence. You are still conscious, but that hurt a lot.
Yeah. Am I in
So-
combat with Theo now, or with Lawrence now?
Oh god.
Because if I'm conscious, I'm gonna shoot him back.
Oh my god.
Lawrence is kind of just standing there with the rifle, like, why did you do that? I guess we're still in combat, so it would be Pip's turn next.
It's just a side quest and it's gonna get us banned from all of England.
So we are still in combat. So Pip, it's your turn.
So before that, did I empty my clip into the werewolf?
Yeah, you said you
that's
did.
canon. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So I'm still presumably leaning by the werewolf.
Yeah, 7 bullets just whizzed past you into the body that you were tying up. It's very difficult to hear right now.
Honestly, I'm just gonna run to Ruth and hide behind her.
Aww.
This is not the moment for Oz.
This is too critical for me to make a decision for Matt. So Harrison does nothing. Ruth, what are you doing?
Ruth, you gotta fucking subdue Theo.
I want to disarm Theo.
Okay,
Would that be considered fighting brawl? I assume.
it would be a fighting maneuver. So yeah. What's do you both have a build of 0?
Yeah,
I know Ruth does. So
I do.
So no penalty dice.
Should have fucking dodged. What the fuck am I thinking?
Yeah, and since it's in the same, oh no, it is top of the round technically. So you can try and fight back or dodge Ruth's attack, Theo, if you want to. She's trying to disarm.
I'll dodge.
Okay.
Normal success.
So you get a penalty die because he succeeded on the dodge, Ruth. So
Okay.
yeah.
Push it.
Oh no. Oh sorry. Attacker wins with higher levels. No, I'm mistaken.
Yeah,
It's
it
not a
shouldn't
penalty
be
die.
initiator, right?
Yeah. Draw defender wins. So it was a draw originally because so yeah, Theo dodges.
Stop it.
I can't believe this. I have a
Remember
home
that
here, and I'm not gonna have a home here anymore.
Richard, you have 1 hit point and you are sputtering on the ground and very hurt.
Medicine to our friend.
What do you do?
Can I try to trip him? I assume since Ruth was close enough to grab him, I'd be close enough to try to trip him.
Yeah, you can make a fighting maneuver.
Yeah,
to
I'll make
try
a fighting
and,
maneuver.
trip him.
Okay, I guess I
Restrain
can't do
Theo.
anything. Hey?
You can't. Yeah. So fighting brawl.
He's
against
just
Theo.
woke up, bro.
Critical success.
Oh, fuck that. He doesn't even know I'm attacking him.
Richard's spider-like reflexes
So-
allow.
Just gets up
fucking
ready to
meta
fucking
game.
go.
So Theo, you feel a hand grasp your ankle and you trip and fall to the cave floor. Nothing happens, but it's now your turn.
Cool. Thanks a lot, fucking Richard. I'm gonna stand up.
That's his action, though, isn't it?
The stand up.
I'd say that's a minimal effort.
Well, I feel like I'm
Somebody
still
also
grabbing.
didn't get
I
hit.
feel like I'm still grabbing him, right? Like I didn't just tickle his foot.
Well, obviously I fucking fell.
I'll let him stand up, but he'll get a penalty die to anything he does this round because he has
Okay.
to stand up after being
Okay.
tripped. That's how I'll rule that. So Theo, you
stay on
stand
the
up.
ground and shoot him.
I'm gonna stand
do
up
that.
and I'm pointing my gun at Lawrence. And I am going to intimidate him to stand down. And as I say that, I'm gonna say, she hurt enough people, and you had no idea how to stop that. So we stopped it. Now you stand down right now, or I will put a bullet between your eyes.
Theo's really
Making it-
taking a dark turn for.
Make an intimidation roll with penalty die.
Richard, why did you bring this random along? Look what he's. Look what.
I
He's a
failed.
totally different character than what I met in the bar.
Well, you didn't even know me when you met me in the bar. You're just like, hey, what's up? All right, let's go. Yeah, I failed.
Lawrence is not standing down. He is sitting there with his gun, with your blood still splattered across the stock. Clyde, it is your turn.
I'm gonna try to disarm Lawrence.
What?
Okay.
You're disarming the guy that fucking.
Okay, as far as any of you are aware, Lawrence attacked me before I even did anything. So you guys are attacking me off the notion
Well,
that I said I was gonna shoot him.
You did, but he attacked you because you shot his sister, and you were the first one to shoot his sister.
Well, I put bullet in her. Come on, that's respectful, man.
From our perspective, you
You
just
can
shot
hear the
werewolf and you-
clicking of Graydon's empty chamber, but the one bullet from Theo is with the
Yeah, come
squeaky
on.
wheel. in the-
Okay.
I did
Well,
it the Christian way.
it's
Come
like-
I'm not
on.
blaming your I'm not blaming what's happening. It's just it's funny.
But I'm assuming that Theo was also beginning to walk towards
Yeah.
Lawrence. So
It's also dark, so Lawrence
Yeah.
probably, with all the shit Theo was saying, Lawrence most likely assumes it was Theo that did it all.
I was also gonna say Richard was also unconscious until after. Like I didn't see him get hit by the gun, so I just saw
Okay.
that. I just saw them pointing the pistol at him.
all right, Clyde, if you're gonna disarm or try to disarm Lawrence at a fighting brawl check.
Oh, I forgot I had that.
Yikes. So we're just gonna try on top of that say, enough, there's no time for this. It's unnecessary. Oh god, I threw my dice out of my tray.
Not the tray.
This is unnecessary. There's no time for this.
I succeed.
You succeed. He's going to try and fight back.
Boo.
Dude,
Lawrence is a
I mean, you just-
liability right
You
now.
just killed his sister. You
I killed a
emptied it
werewolf.
to you. To
You
his,
can't even
him,
prove.
it's his sister.
Did he ever prove that that werewolf was actually his sister? No.
Where's the
So,
receipts?
what's your fighting brawl skill?
34.
34. And how much did you succeed by?
I 34. I nailed it.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Lawrence is going to spend 22 luck points to turn his regular success into an extreme success and do another 10 points of damage to you. As you try and knock the gun out of his hands, he brings it up and clubs you across the face and
Wait.
kills it once again.
How is this guy doing
Wait,
10
so-
points of fucking damage?
You can just use your luck points to get an extreme crit success.
Yeah. You could do that the whole time.
It just takes a lot of luck points.
Yeah.
20, what, 26?
This
Yeah, well, I understand extreme success is a good thing, but doesn't max out your
it
potential
does.
to
It
cause
does
damage.
actually. It doesn't do it with firearms. It only does it with melee attacks. So if it's a stabbing weapon, it does max damage plus an extra damage die. If it's a blunt weapon like the rifle, it just does the weapon's max damage. So
Okay.
since Lawrence has a 1d4 as his damage bonus from having a build size of 1, he gets 4 automatically. Plus, I'm ruling that the weapon is a 1d6 bludgeoning weapon because it's a well-made rifle. So it does 6 plus 4 because it's an extreme success. So
Wait,
he's an
so
he,
his build, he gets a D4 because his build is 1?
Yeah, I also have that.
Okay. I thought that was just a +1 to your
Oh,
to stuff.
Park
Okay.
nope.
I'm unconscious.
So you watch as Lawrence clubs Clyde across the face, and Clyde falls to the cavern floor like a sack of bricks.
Wait, doesn't he get a Constitution save though?
No, because
No.
he just did full damage.
I only had 8
Oh.
hit points.
So, how many max hit points do you have, Clyde?
11.
11. Okay.
Instant death.
Yeah.
You're all gonna sit around while Lawrence literally kills all of us now.
I don't know why he didn't do this in the first place. He just walks up and fucking one-punches people. Why
So
would he need us as a venturing party to go fight this werewolf when he could have walked in and like, hey, get home. You do it out of your cage.
first I didn't realize his stats were so good.
Oh.
That's on me. Second,
That's
you
funny.
walked up and emptied a fucking clip of ammo into his sister.
I know what I did. I stand by that.
So, by the way, Clyde now has a major wound, is unconscious, and dying. Kip, it's your turn.
I'm gonna go apply first aid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go apply first aid to who's all dying? Is it just Grain right now?
It's just great right now.
Just Clyde. Just Clyde, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go apply first aid.
What's your first aid stat?
50.
That's a 61. That's a failure.
Fuck. You tried?
I tried. Yep.
Harrison. He's also going to try and apply first aid, I guess. I don't think he has anything in first aid. Oh, he
No,
does.
he
Yeah.
does.
He's
He
got a
is very
great
good.
first aid. He's got
Yeah.
fucking amazing first aid.
He always wants to do first aid. That's why I remember that.
Yeah, Richard just always beats him to it.
He succeeds, and Clyde, you now have 1 hit point.
Alright.
Ruth, it's your turn.
So
Round 2 of disarm.
Is
So Lo-
Theo still fight? Like, what's happening now overall? Sorry.
Yeah, there's
Theo's
a-
still up.
So in the span of a couple seconds, Clyde and Theo put a bunch of bullets into unconscious Eloise. Lawrence screamed out, clocked Theo across the head. All that other stuff happened. Clyde came up to try and stop Lawrence and got himself clocked over the head.
What you're finding is the true boss fight.
Okay.
This man's dying, and he's doing it.
Just so you're aware, Ruth, Leo
Theo?
got Theo got clocked in the head. Oh, Leo, whoa. Okay. Theo got clocked in the head, then was tripped for no reason, and stood up and tried to get Lawrence to stand down, and then he proceeded to hit Clyde in the head. So I don't know who's aggressive here, but
You murdered
just
someone. He
shot his sister in a dark cave.
Sister. By the way, the flashlight fell out of my hand and is like spinning somewhere now. I don't know
Jack,
if
you're
anybody
giving
can
off
see
some
anything.
John Walker energy right here. Just because his best friend died doesn't mean he has the right to kill people.
true.
He hasn't killed anyone yet. The only people he's
He's
killed
trying. He just gave Graydon permanent brain damage.
Yeah. We both got some big brain damage right now.
Okay. I want to persuade the conflict to end. So I'm gonna stand in front of Lawrence and be like, no, I'm not doing that, and I hope he doesn't do that to me.
No, that's what he's gonna do to
No,
you.
he's like, we're bros. Okay, what's done is done. Right now, we need to stop. We need to regather ourselves, and we need to make a plan of what's going on. Any further violence is not going to help.
Make a persuade roll.
That is a hard success.
Hard success. Okay.
And they established a rapport earlier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. See, I'm confident. I'm confident.
Mm.
It's okay. I have a trick up my sleeve that's gonna be real
So-
funny.
You watch as Lawrence just kind of throws the rifle down from that and just kind of kneels over his sister's corpse and begins to cry.
I swear to God, if Theo tries to fucking
I
shoot
know.
him,
That was my exact thought. I was like, all right, as long as that doesn't happen.
So if everything is done, we're out of combat.
Theo.
Oh, Evan, that's perfect. I love this.
Go for the execution.
Is it my turn again, or like?
We're out of combat.
Combat's over, so it's
Lawrence is crying over his sister's corpse. What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna kneel down with him and like rub him, give him some support.
I'm gonna go apply.
Isn't his back oozing blood right now?
Don't worry about it.
Theoretically,
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
going
oh,
to.
yeah.
So Jack, I would, as the doctor, I would like to apply first aid to both. I would like to apply medicine to Clyde, and I
Okay.
would like to apply first aid and medicine to Lawrence.
Okay. Sounds good.
Theo's gonna leave the cave. He's walking away.
Does he know where to go?
I know where we came from.
He
You're wa-
probably stole Clyde's flashlight after he got fucking
Yeah.
knocked out.
Pick up the flashlight
All right.
and walk out of the cave.
So medicine first for good buddy Clyde
I'm
there.
just gonna be shining my flashlight, I guess, over everything since the other one's gone.
Yeah.
I rolled a hard success on medicine.
Hard success, I believe. So who's that for?
That's for Clyde.
So Clyde regains 1d3 hit points. I will let you roll that, Jared.
I rolled a 5, so that'd be 3.
Hey.
That's my best medicine check I think I've done this whole time. Every time I get 1.
Yeah.
All right, and now I'll go do first aid and medicine to Lawrence.
That doesn't do anything to a major wound, Jack, right? Medicine?
Use wound.
Well, I didn't get hurt in that encounter.
You
That's
need
good.
you need an extreme success on
Girl's
medicine to get
doing
rid
it.
of a major wound, or you need to get your hit points up to half of its full value.
Hmm.
So if your hit points are 11, you need to get it up to 6 to get rid of your major wound. So you've got probably 2 days of rest, I'm assuming, to get back to no major wound.
But
Okay.
you don't get a major wound resting bonus, right?
What do you mean?
Like you can't heal if you have a major wound.
Oh, that's
by
right.
wounding.
So we have to wait until next week for you to make the con check.
Or I can go to a hospital.
Yeah, but hospitals take time typically.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the same amount of care at a hospital, or you get better care. Pardon me, but you still have to wait the 1 week. For every week in hospital, you get like bonus dice to the con roll that you make every week to get rid of the major wound. So sorry, Jared, you were rolling for something else.
I'm gonna try to do first aid first on Lawrence, and then I'll do
Okay.
medicine on him.
Okay.
Okay, so first aid is just a regular success,
Okay. So he goes up 1 hit point. Pardon me.
and then medicine that is just a regular success.
Okay. So still 1d3.
Okay. That's a 3, so he got 2 hit points.
Lawrence kind of thanks you, like sort of in between the tears, but he looks fucking rough.
Fuck you, Lawrence. You
I
little.
just had. I'm not gonna do it, but the thought of like leaning down next to him and be like, "Oh, little poo poo baby, want to cry?"
Oh
I love how
God.
I love how I'm going around healing everyone, and I have 1 fucking hit point.
Yeah. But no one else
I'm-
can roll medicine.
I'm like gushing out blood right now.
I did what I could.
I'll have to go to the hospital.
As this is happening, slowly over the few minutes, you watch as Eloise's form reverts from that of the creature that you were fighting into a beautiful young woman with 7 bullet holes in her,
I
and a
was
lot
gonna
of
say, what's her
other.
face look like? Is she still a beautiful young woman?
Oh my
How
god,
can you say
Closed
that
casket
after
funeral.
after putting?
that's fucked up.
There was no need.
I didn't say that out loud.
I know. I'm just. We're gonna have a talk after.
And that's that. What does everyone do?
Well, I'm gonna try to go pat Lawrence on the back, and I say we should move her back to your home.
You sympathizers.
I'm a doctor.
You
I
wanted
mean-
to do a test on her.
Yeah, to try to fix her.
You guys just killed royalty. That's fucked up.
Theo is headed back to town right now.
No,
as we
nobility.
speak.
Nobility, royalty. They all ended easy.
The fuck kind of argument is that?
I mean, they're similar, close enough in my mind. Ruth is
All right.
not educated in these
Casualty.
things.
So-
Casualty is also close.
She is a casualty.
So it took you guys the better like half of a day to get out here. It's beginning to push like late afternoon at this point, going all this way on foot. It's going to take you quite a while to get back to town in your current state and with a body.
I say let's do it. I don't want to make rest in the. I don't want to make a camp in
No.
the woods.
I'm kind of bleeding out. I need to find a doctor. Because I'm assuming I can't do medicine checks on myself.
I don't think so.
With a felony die, maybe.
I would be even okay with that because I have a really high medicine, so I'm not really.
Let's take
too
a
worried
look here.
about
I'm actually curious about that. There's probably a ruling on it.
Because otherwise, I most definitely have to go to a hospital because my insides are coming outsides.
Ooh,
Yes.
Inside out.
that's not supposed to be there.
Nope.
No,
and
it's
no
not.
one, and no one can heal me, so I'd have 1 hit point for until a week from now.
You'll be fine. So is Theo just chilling outside the cave, or is he?
No,
He said he's heading back to town.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
going back to town.
Get the feeling Pip's gonna be exiled from his hometown.
I feel like Theo's gonna go massacre the village.
Oh, here's a fun rule I never
Same
read.
hit points.
Treatment using the medicine skill takes a minimum of 1 hour and can be delivered anytime after damage is taken.
Ooh.
Huh.
It's like we've been cheating a little.
We have absolutely been cheating. Well,
Speed
no
run.
longer. Now I know.
Shit, I shouldn't have made any.
We
questions
ran out of
there.
speed potions.
Mm.
Yeah.
To emphasize what I was gonna do, if he continued to try to attack him, I still had the tranquilizer dart with me that I took from Lawrence, and I was gonna try to tranquilize Theo. I realized I missed my opportunity when I tripped him, and I was like, "Fuck! I should have tranquilized him." And then I was like, "Well, hopefully."
All right, you know what? We're gonna kibosh that ruling in the book because I think that's fucking stupid. Because you guys get into a lot of scraps. We'll say it takes a couple minutes to make a proper medicine thing to like maybe do some field stitching and that stuff. It might take a little bit longer if you try and make the roll on yourself, but with a penalty die, I will allow it.
Okay. I'm gonna have to use some fucking luck here because I need to get rid of that major wound since I'm the only fucking doctor we have. Ugh. Okay, that's a 52, so that's just a regular success in medicine. Oh, I'd have to lose so many luck points to get. Okay, fuck, that was a 11. All right, well, 52. Give me a second here. I need to figure out how much of my luck I have to destroy.
To get an extreme success.
Yeah. Oh, that's not worth it. I have to use 36 luck points to get an extreme
nah.
success.
Nah.
Maybe if you didn't go on your killing spree earlier.
Yeah, well, I mean, Lawrence just used 22 luck points to knock you guys out,
Yeah, but Lawrence is a temporary character.
and Eloise used 24 to try and kill you guys.
So how many weeks have gone by since we started playing this?
In
In
real
game,
game time.
in game, yeah.
Well, not including the years that passed between Peru, it's been about 4 or 5 weeks, I think.
Okay.
Okay. I was thinking like we were at like 2 weeks, and I was like, man, I have.
No,
I'm fucked.
because you found Jackson Elias's body. You guys got the New York chapter done in a couple of days in game time, and now this chapter's taking you longer, and it took you about a week to cross the Atlantic.
Okay, well, we're gonna be traveling here probably anyways pretty soon, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna take the regular success,
All right.
and then I'll do my 1d3. I got a 4, so 2 hit points. All right.
So, Theo, as you exit the mines, you see a number of men outside, sort of discussing amongst themselves, and they see you come out. You see that one of them is a police officer, and the rest of them look like general laborers.
From like the town.
You don't recognize any of these people.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Hey, Lawrence, my boy.
Lawrence, welcome to the cult.
A little
As-
late, aren't you all?
The constable kind of walks over to you. He's like, yeah, hello. What are you doing here then?
What are you doing here?
He points back to the man, the guy, the group he's standing around. The miners found one of their blokes, the night watchman Martin, murdered in the cave when they came in for their shift this morning. They went back to town to summon the police, and now I'm here. What?
Well, you can tell those miners that we've dealt with the problem. If you're gonna blame anybody, you ask your Lord Arthur, and you ask Lawrence about what went down in there, and what happened to your precious town folk. It's all them. You live in your town with them up in their castle, when they're the reason why all these poor folks have died, and you sleep at night knowing that something's still out. Well, not anymore. We've dealt with this situation. And Theo starts to walk away.
The cop kind of like holds you on the shoulders, like, hang on, mate, we're not done with you just yet.
All I can think of, sir, this is a Wendy's.
Oh my god. I'm just waiting for fucking Theo to kill more people.
I want Theo to start a riot. Revolt
He's like the
against the
Joker.
Lord.
You hear one of the miners say, "Is that the bastard that killed Martin?" That's
Martin's
the night
the guy that
watchman.
died, and they're blaming you.
I did nothing to your friend Martin. As I was just telling your constable here. And I wouldn't even trust your constable.
Oh god. He's usurping all power.
He's a sovereign citizen.
All right,
The
mate,
person
we're gonna.
responsible for the murder of your friend Martin was Eloise. Yes.
Oh man. Oh shit.
Wait, what's their
These are
last
some
name again?
accusations that you have like no grounds to defend.
What's their
Vane is their last name.
Eloise Vane. And all her murders, the Oswald family, the Perkins family.
Would Theo know about that?
If he's in the
Okay.
town, you know.
Yeah, I was in the town and I was figuring out shit, brah.
Yeah, I guess he would potentially know that. So I'm just
Vane-
taking a look at a map of England on my phone right now.
For no reason.
No, to see what the nearest town is to you guys.
Because we're about to be run out of this one.
No, these miners might not even be from Lesser Dale or
So
Adele.
a few minutes later, the rest of you guys emerge from the cavern.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming that I'm helping hold Eloise dead.
Yes, I'm assuming that you guys have, as a group, taken Eloise out of the cave.
Except for Clyde. Clyde doesn't like
No.
Eloise.
No, I'll help.
I don't think
I didn't
Lawrence...
I didn't like the werewolf bit, but I'll help carry the girl.
The girl that you emptied 6 rounds into.
Yep. If he
You
allows me,
see
I'll help.
that the constable and the group of men are shocked at what is going on. The constable's like, all right. What's all this saying? All right. Someone's gonna better start talking.
I've already told you, Constable. Eloise Vane is the responsible for all the deaths that have happened in your town. And Lawrence here and his father were in on the whole thing, trying to hide these murders that happened. Now, that may be a hard thing to understand or accept, because they're supposed to be the lords of your town and royalty, but they're nothing but dirt. And you can believe me, or you cannot believe me. But it will happen again to your townsfolks, unless they're held accountable.
The Bobby starts pointing at the rest of the group. Anybody got a more sensible explanation for what the hell's going on here?
Is Richard or anybody covered in like massive like?
Oh, I would be.
Yes.
I would be.
Oh,
I would be
yes.
covered in blood.
gashes?
I'm really tempted to like point at Theo and be like, "He did it."
I had the same thoughts. I had the same thoughts. Fuck,
Well, officer, if you look at how beaten and battered we are, look at my friend here. I'll gesture to Richard. I'll like kind of tear his shirt open a little bit to see like this mat, like see if there's a
You see
massive.
this? You see this
claw.
shredded body from his
Yeah,
ultimate
okay,
strength.
You know, he's got a lot of white hair on his chest,
Yeah.
but he's in good shape.
Like shredded cheese, maybe.
At this moment, Pip just vomits.
Say, there was a beast in there that attacked us.
Oh man, I had to make some of you guys roll sanity against Eloise. Oh well. What could have been. Anyways,
Yikes. That could have been much worse then.
Yeah.
all right. All right. All of you, you're coming back to town with me. We're gonna get some explanations from you down at the station. What happened to this poor girl?
I'll just
Is
look at Lawrence.
Is Lawrence not saying anything?
Lawrence looks distraught and like non-communicative.
How
I'm gonna,
old
like-
is Lawrence again?
23.
Okay.
I'm gonna like try to. I'm gonna try to pursue. What is my 1 second? Oh no! Is there some way that I can utilize intimidation to convince him that she was murdered by the beast?
Yeah, you could. I mean, intimidation is not really the skill you'd use for that. That would be a persuade or a charm.
I was hoping I could tell the story in such a dark way that it would intimidate him.
Listen,
like-
you motherfucker!
I would let you do it with a penalty die.
Okay, I'll try it. I have a pretty good intimidation. I made sure to up that one.
You're just protecting Lawrence at this point, and you.
Oh, you know
know
what? No. You know what? Instead of penalty die, because I would say it needs to be an extreme success.
Oh,
the
well,
moral
that's gonna be a lot
decision has already
harder.
Been taken care of. Lawrence and his family.
No.
You begin to explain the story, and the constable cuts you off. It's like, I'm not here for that. You're all coming back to town with me. I will explain it there.
Of course, Constable. Anything to protect the precious Vane family. You can't sleep at night anymore. I can see it. Well, I guess I can't see it, but you probably can't sleep at night anymore because you know that monster was out there. They're responsible for it. Don't be fooled by the way he's acting right now. They're monsters. They don't give a fuck about you.
The cop pulls his club out and like pats you on the chest with it. It's like, right then, that's enough out of you. You coming back to town with me, and we'll explain this later. And you all get loaded up into the back of a truck very similar to the one that you have waiting for you back in Derbyshire,
With the
or
dead
back in Westerdale.
That's fine. I'm not even concerned.
And you're taken to another nearby town called Castleton.
Oh, is this not the same constable?
It's
No.
not Constable Tamwell. It's a
Uh-oh.
completely different.
you just
thought you
talked
knew that.
complete shit. He literally said you don't know this one. The constable's in the bar.
So Castleton is larger than Lesser-a-Dale. Lesser-a-Dale also isn't a real place, but Castleton is, and it's very close to the mines. It's maybe like a 15-20 minute drive, and you're all let out into what sort of serves as a police station, an old stone building with a thatched roof. But you're all put down and like getting very strange looks, and there's some whispers, and eventually Lawrence is led off, and you get the impression, those of you with high psychology skills, so probably Richard at the very least, you get the impression that they're starting to piece together that these are actual members of the Vane family.
Hmm.
Oh God.
I'm gonna speak to everyone.
Oh God! Can I try to tranquilize him with the tranquilizer dart?
I'm actually speaking directly to Richard right now. You do realize what you've done to us now. Yes, I understand you didn't want the girl to die. I get it. Well, she's dead. And the fact of the matter is, it's their family that's responsible for all these truly innocent people that died. And now there you are trying to cover up from him. And what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do, Richard? He's gonna go back to his family, and they're gonna pin this whole thing on us.
On you,
I hope you. I hope
On
you're
you.
not, you
not
fuck.
us.
You think you're so moral. You all sicken me. And Theo just turns around and looks away. He's pissed.
I'm assuming that the fucking constable heard that whole thing.
No one's really listening at the moment.
Oh. I was trying to make it so that no one went to jail, but you know, that's all right.
Why should a rich family that's committed crimes on a town be punished for it? You know?
Because we can use the rich family.
So
We
you
can
know,
make them. We can use them.
he's not wrong. You know, we might be fucked here a little bit.
While I can understand where Theo's coming from, unfortunately, what he doesn't understand is that one person can't simply change how the world functions. While it might be nice to have these high ideals, unfortunately, the world just doesn't play like that. You have to get down and dirty and play by the rules of the world. So try to change things all you might. Try to expose them. Families like this stay in power for a reason. They have such a network, and you cannot hope to compete with them. That is why I was trying to get on their good side. And you know what? It may even benefit me in the end. I don't know, but I'll tell you what. I think I'm going to come out better than that guy Theo will.
Not to mention, we don't know if I could have saved her or not. I never even got the chance to try to save her. And now we'll never know.
You don't think a rich family would have tried calling a doctor? Probably the best in the country.
Well, considering I went and talked to Lawrence prior to going on this adventure, I will tell you no, they did not.
Well, then
They
they're a
didn't
bunch
know
of
who to
idiots.
talk to. They didn't know, and I suggested I might be able to help because of my background with biology.
Take a sample.
I understand it was a stressful situation. However, it's not changed. It was handled poorly. We achieved the seemingly impossible. And the beast fell. And you spit on the gift the world gave us.
But the gift, he killed Norman.
Yeah, I understand that
killed
she
Norman.
killed Norman. But that doesn't change. We were hired to do a job, essentially. And you just fucked up the contract.
Listen, you got to be loyal to something in this world.
What are you loyal to?
To
Killing
the
women?
few friends that I have.
She was an innocent girl who had an unfortunate thing done to her. The beast was responsible, not her, especially if she didn't remember.
Beast is dead.
And so is the girl who was innocent.
I'm gonna pipe up
Casualties.
again finally and say the reason why there was a beast in the first place is because the family themselves are corrupt. They were cursed.
What
It
makes
all
you say
falls
that?
back on them, Richard. It all
So is that her fault? Someone who wasn't born when they were cursed? It's her fault that her family was cursed and she had to go through that?
Oh, why don't we all just let them go? Well, let's just let them. Why don't we just throw a celebration where the Vane family's allowed to slit the throat of one newborn baby every year and celebrate in their blood? Oh, we love the Vane family. They should be praised. Your
Talking
view
about the
of Vane-
family, Theo. I'm talking about purely Eloise. I don't give a fuck about the family. I care about the fact that an innocent girl was just killed.
Oh,
As
killed
this
many others.
as this conversation is happening, one of the constables comes back in and looks at all of you. Now we don't have enough cells here for all of you, given the large nature of your party, but we're going to be sending you back to Lesser Adale, and you'll be spending time in the Plum Castle dungeon until we can get a read on what's happened. Lord Arthur has allowed you to use the castle, or be held in it for the time being, and until we can run a full investigation.
Have you seen our current condition, officer? We need a hospital. None
I
of us
don't-
are suited to sit
I
in a
don't
dungeon.
give a damn what you're capable of.
Well,
quite
what are
frankly.
you holding us for? What are the
Murder at
charges?
the moment. You're being held under suspicion of
Lawrence was
murder.
with us. How is he not in here?
The constable comes down close and looks you dead in the eye. Lawrence Vane is the son of a prominent member of parliament. He has a little bit more political leverage than you do.
Oh,
And his father is going to make sure that if you did what happened to Martin and his daughter, you'll all get what's coming to you.
well, I don't think you're scaring me one bit, seeing as you're spending the rest of your life like a pussy little cocksucker.
Thank God Theo will never have Twitter.
Oh.
Can I tranquilize him yet?
You are all being searched by the police. Unless you're going to try and object, you are being handcuffed and sent back to Lesser Dale to spend time in the Plum
how many-
Castle.
How many police are there?
Oh my god. I'm not. I'm hands up.
I'm just asking, what are their numbers? Because it's a small
They're-
town.
There's one in the room, and there's several others that you saw in the elsewhere in the vicinity.
Right.
There were at least two that left the room with Lawrence.
Remember the last time what happened? You tried to assault police, Clyde?
Yeah,
I didn't-
we
I
had
didn't
to-
try
we
assault
had
them, I
to-
tried to run away.
we had to try to save you by assaulting more police officers.
I never hit one cop that day,
Oh,
but 8 hit me. I was almost recovered from that until I got batted by the fucking god mode gun.
So
I don't object.
So you are all put in handcuffs, loaded into what a 1925 equivalent of a paddy wagon would be, and carted back to Lesser Adale.
how is Pip being treated?
Yeah, I was like,
Child.
yep, better handcuff this 11-year-old boy with a broom and a stick, but he's a
That's a-
threat.
That's a good point, actually. That's a good point. Pip, when Lawrence was let out of the room, you actually went with him.
Ooh, okay.
Thank you for reminding me. I was like, they wouldn't arrest an 11-year-old child.
I was like
But it's
thinking
also
that to
great-
myself this whole time. Like, Pip would start crying.
Wait.
He'd be crying as he's getting handcuffed.
But it's the 1920s.
Yeah.
They're making kids work anyways, so why wouldn't they arrest one? They don't give a fuck.
I don't know.
So, Pip, that means you're privy to the conversation where Lawrence Vane phones.
Daddy.
They don't have electricity in Plum
Stepdaddy.
Castle, but he phones the town. He phones Constable Tumwell's office and then talks on the phone with Arthur Vane. And you gather that Arthur Vane has arranged to have you all sent back to Plum Castle rather than sit in the actual judicial system here in Castleton.
Okay.
So you and Lawrence share a different car ride back to Lesser Adale, while the rest of you are going back to Lesser Adale in handcuffs.
Sick.
Cool.
Yep.
Could have been avoided if we just shot Lawrence in the cave.
No, no, it wouldn't have. Then we would have had 2 people we murdered, and then they
Yeah,
would have
well,
definitely
it
arrested
would've-
us.
Yeah, it would have looked even like there's no winning. There's no winning in this situation. We come out of the cave and we get arrested, and then they find either one dead member of royal blood or whatever,
Could have just
or,
not shot the girl,
Yeah.
not shot the werewolf.
So
no,
We
that
could have
was
just
never
not
an
gone to
option.
jail.
That was never an option.
So I don't know how this is going to shake out, but wow, what a session! That was crazy.
That was a key decision that's going to lead us to a bad
yeah.
ending.
Thanks everyone for showing up. Thanks for wow, thanks.
I'm
That was fun.
passionately angry right now, and I can't get over it.
I low-key agree with a lot of
Evan's
what
actually
Theo was
just
saying.
seething in his chair right now. He's gonna go punch a wall out as he turns off his camera.
Evan, I just saw what you posted.
It's so accurate.
So I'm happy. After so many months of playing this game and you guys avoiding the police, assaulting the police, from the police, finally we have some justice. I mean, justice.
Yeah.
But
We'll see how it actually
you're
shakes
fu-
out.
well, if it isn't the consequences of your actions, finally caught up to you.
The Vane family needs consequences.
Yeah, well,
And with
maybe we
that-
can fight them in their dungeon.
What a session! That was so much fun. If you stuck out and watched this, thank you so much for joining us. That was a lot of fun. We will be back in 2 weeks' time. A couple changes happening behind the scenes. Hopefully, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. If not, we will be back in the future.
Mhm.
But no more than a couple of weeks. But yes, assume that in 2 weeks' time we will be back here for session number 23. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been Call of Cthulhu, Masks of Nyarlathotep. We have been Live Connection, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go.